Here's what I want to do though. I want to make today a little interesting in alignment with what we did last week on disc profile from the in-person power hour that I did last week. Okay, so if you're here, hold on one second. If you're here from the in-person power hour, then you're going to get a bonus. If you weren't there, which most of you weren't, but several of you were, then we're going to talk about disc personality profile. Okay, I'm going to fly through this in 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes, hopefully 2 minutes. It's 12:09. It's going to be 12:10. 12:02 or less. All right, here we go. Disc personality profile. This is significant in regards to you guys being able to connect with people better. And we're going to look at the different personality top styles. Okay, so we got D here. Everybody can see, right? Correct?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, hold on. I'm going to mark this up. Okay. Oop, there we go. Okay, high Ds. Oop. Oh, shit. Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I did that. 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right. High Ds. There we go. Upper left quadrant. Bottom line results: losing control, wasting time, behavioral highlights, self-assured, direct, forceful, time sensitive. This better be good. You better be great is their thinking. Now look here. They're fast and aggressive. Okay. But they're logic. They're logic driven. Okay. They have no feelings. They're just get to the result. Don't waste my time. Okay. Who's like that? Okay. Influencers, I. All right. Flattery, positivity, fears are rejection, behavioral highlights, animated, expressive, charming, persuasive, emotional ups and downs. These are people who wear lots of colors. Not always. Sometimes. There's somebody like that in your group that's sitting around you, Lisa, right? Somebody's an I in there. I don't know. Okay. High I's. They're expressive. These people I call expressives. Okay. They're thinking, who else is doing it? Will it be fun? Okay, now look, they're fast and aggressive too, like the D's. But look, they're feel oriented, not like the D's. Okay, high S. Steady relator. I call these the amiables. These are the friendlies. They're super friendly with everybody. Ben might be a high S, right? You just get along with everybody. You want to have conversations with people, and your motivations are working together, supportive behavior, fears, change, behavioral highlights, amiable. There it is. These are the amiables. Careful, calm and patient, slow and steady. So look, they're feel oriented like the high I's. Okay. But they're I can't see it on here on my screen here because of my screen. But they're steady and cautious. Okay, so they're slower. They're calm and patient. They're amiable. They're friendly. They don't like conflict. Okay, and they're feel oriented. They're feel oriented, like the high I's. But the high I's are fast and aggressive. The high S's, the amiables, they're feel oriented too, but they're slow. Okay, real quick. High C, motivations, accuracy and specifics. I call these the analytics. Fears, conflict and criticism. Behavioral highlights, conservative and serious. Analytical, there it is. Observant. Questioning with high standards, thinking, I need more information, this can't be right. Okay, now high C's are steady and cautious, so they're slow too, but they're not feelsies like the amiables. They're thinksies, like the driver. Okay, now look, there it is. Bang, I did it. 12. Okay, now there's other personality profile platforms out there. This is a simple one that you can get online. You can take free tests. If you haven't taken it, take it, because it's not only important to know what they are, it's actually more important to know who you are so that you could stop being you sometimes. What do you mean, Paul? Well, look, sometimes you're so dang analytical, you're talking numbers too much, and they just need a big old hug here to tell them that they to acknowledge that relationships are important, and that you understand and appreciate that they may need some time, or that they need to be appreciated on how they feel, and acknowledged on how they feel. Okay, or you're so dang D, that's me, that you're just driving all over everybody and you're coming across pushy. Okay, or that you're so S, that you're super friendly, and that's awesome, but because you don't like conflict, like you don't go for the close. And then when you call them next week, guess who listed them? Me. Okay. All right. This is important for you guys to connect with more people. All right. Who wants to be in more relationships? Say me. I can't hear y'all, but say it. Who wants to be in more relationships? Me.
I do.
Okay. Who wants to connect with more people? Say me.
Me.
Me. All right. This is going to help you connect with more people. All right. So what we're going to do is use this right here. Now, if you got the playbook, it's on page 106. Okay. Now, we're going to do this real loosely. Okay. Is using disc words. Let's just start with C, because that is real super easy. And in the playbook, I've created some words that go along with these personality styles that will help you use vocabulary that connects you via energy and content of vocabulary so that you can better align with people. Because the matter of fact is, Harold, like if I'm high C and I'm using all these analytical words and I'm coming from the noggin and I'm sitting down with somebody who's high I, and they're fast and I'm going slow, and they're all about the feelsies and I'm just coming from the thinksies, then this could be $1 million listing that goes and flies away. Okay, or vice versa, and flip it. You're high I and you need to be more high C, because their thought process is this I need more information. This can't be right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's just focus on C's. This is something that's a lot easier to do in person, but we're going to pull it off here online. Is using C words when I'm handling an objection so that I can help people feel more comfortable. Okay, here's the C words. Make sense. Numbers. Ideal. Right. Details. Perfect. I'm making marks here and I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just marking stuff up because I really don't know how to use whatever this platform is, Zoom, at a higher level. Okay, make sense, numbers, ideal, right, details, perfect, accurate, involved, logical, informed, clarity, positive, outcome, systems, pros and cons, advise, cash flow, analyze. All right, you guys are starting to get like how a C might communicate. Now remember, a C it's about accuracy and specific. It's about conflict. They fear conflict and criticism. All right, so I gotta be a little careful there, right? They fear conflict and criticism. Behavioral highlights: conservative and serious, analytical and observant, questioning with high standards. They're thinking, I need more information. This can't be right. Okay, take that into consideration when we're talking about how to respond to them. And then here's the words for you right here to use. Now, look, this is how we're going to do this. All I'm asking for you to do is to pepper this in. Sugar iced tea, honey. Where'd it go? What do you guys see right now? Zoom? Or what do you see?
Like the X. There we go. Now we see
okay,
the
it's
screen.
back up. It's back up. Okay. Let me see how I can see here.
Hey, Paul, you're looking for a pen or something?
No. I'm looking for the chat box to get back in here. Okay. So let's do this. Let's do an open house close here. Evelyn, I'm going to start with you. Did Evelyn say she was role playing? Yes, you did. I thought you did, Evelyn. You did. Okay. Evelyn, you're up. Here we go. All right. So this is what we're going to do, Evelyn. Evelyn, are you driving?
Yes, sir.
Evelyn.
I'm about to pull over.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I don't want to. Don't make me a participant here in your crimes. Okay. So are you sure you're pulling? No, I'm coming back to you.
Okay.
All right. All right. Who we got? Benjamin Blunt. Okay. But who said they're role playing? Javier, Garrett. Let's do this then. Garrett, you ready?
Sure.
Okay. So you're talking to an expired. We're at the end of the conversation with the expired and you're trying to set an appointment.
Okay.
Okay. So make up whatever previous things I might have said, like my motivation, where I'm moving to, assume that I'm talking to somebody who's motivated, right? And you're going to repeat, approve, and move into a good question. So just repeat what I say, approve it. Hey, great, Paul. That's awesome. Or, hey, I understand that. I appreciate that. And start using some C words. They're right here on the board for you, man. They're right here on the board for you to use.
Okay.
So it might sound something like this. Oh, okay, Garrett, you're going to hold off right now. Hey, look, I appreciate that because, you just came off the market and you're trying to figure things out. And at the end of the day, you wanted an outcome, it didn't happen. And at this point, it's about figuring out the pros and cons of what would make sense for you to go back to market. And I understand it has to make sense. It's all about the numbers. So why don't we do this? Let's just sit down and talk. I could provide some more information, some more data on the market, and then you could figure out whether it even makes sense or not. Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6?
Sure,
Here we
that
go.
sounds fair. I'd like to see the numbers. Tuesday at 4.
Bang. Okay. All right. So now you got the idea. All right,
Sure.
Garrett, close me when I object with you. Use some C words. Remember those C attributes as far as them that are right there on the screen too. I don't know if you probably don't have the playbook in front of you.
I see him.
Yep. All right. So C words. Garrett, you know what? I'm just not ready quite yet. I'm not going to do anything for at least another month.
Hey, Pauly, I hear you. It sounds like maybe at this moment, this next few weeks isn't the right time, and I can totally respect that. Everybody's situation is different. We want to find something that's really ideal and that makes sense for not only you and not only me, excuse me, but for you most importantly. So I feel like the more informed you might be, the more clarity you have, might give you better understanding of the outcome for yourself in this transaction. So how about we take some time? I'll call you back in the next 2-3 weeks and we'll set an appointment for next month when you're ready. That way we can sit down together and talk about an outcome. I'll call you back in 2 weeks on the same day. Oh, I need to book the appointment right now.
Yeah, book it.
Okay. I'll call you back next week at the same time and just see if anything's changed. And if not, I look forward to talking to you in a month's time.
Okay, good job. Just close it. Just close it. All right. So
Got there.
right. And you call expired withdrawals already, Garrett?
Yeah, I call expired. Yep.
Okay. All right. So as you probably already know, like expired withdrawals, like they're close to the cuff on doing something. So I want to get out there ASAP, even if they're saying a week, right? So no hold on an expired withdrawal. I got to get my butt out there ASAP, because if they just came off the market and 40% or so of them relist within the next 48 hours, I got to get out there ASAP. So just close on them to get out there, even if it's just using language like, well, hey, let's just take a look at that. I'll provide some information. You could take a look at the pros and cons. I know that that you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense for you. Good job, dude, though, on being able to use analytic words. Analytic words. All right, who's role playing? Where'd she go? I saw her, and then I can't see everybody.
Looks like Evelyn's ready.
Is Evelyn ready? Evelyn, you ready?
I pulled over. I'm stopped. Not driving.
Good. That's good. Please. Thank you. Okay. Analytic words. We're at the open house. Because you want to do role play open house, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we're at the open house and we're looking for analytic words to use, analytic mindset to use to help people get over some of that resistance that they may be feeling, because appointment equals what to them, Evelyn? You remember? Appointment equals commitment.
Commitment. Okay.
All right. Appointment equals, so
committed.
in your mind, you're just like, hey, just let me help. I want to share. I want to give. I want to provide. I want to help. Right. But to them, Evelyn, in their mind, they're going, oh, no. Appointment. Whoa. Appointment's commitment. Like, I'm not ready for that. That's where they're coming from. Okay. All right. Especially high C. They're moving a little slower. So I want to be a little bit more intentional about these words that I'm using in this mindset around where they're at, because let's look at it one more time here. I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to do this from my regular computer. So I have multiple.
I have a question, Paul. I did the disc and said I'm a high D. I don't see myself a high D. How do I know it's
accurate?
It's like, yes.
Yeah, that's a good question. Take it again. A different one. Take a different one.
I did 2 different ones, and both of them say I was a high D.
Oh, you're D then. So here, ask other people. Have you asked people, hey, do you think I'm more like this or more like that? And then lay it all on the table, though, without leading them. Don't lead the witness, right? Like, ask some other people how they see you, because that's actually a nice little side note, guys. Is that often how we see ourselves is not how other people see us. Whoa. Okay. High C, accuracy and specifics. They don't like conflict. They don't like criticism. They're conservative. They tend to be more conservative and serious. They're more analytical and observant, questioning with high standards. I need more information. This can't be right. Okay. high C words for closing for the appointment at the end of an open house. All right, Evelyn. Hey, I appreciate you. Let me walk through the open house, but I'm probably still a couple more months out from doing anything.
Oh, not a problem. It does make sense. You understand you just kind of looking around and see what feels good for you, and you want to test it out and see what it's more comfortable for you, and that it's perfectly fine. That's actually the ideal of things, to find out to be more comfortable for you. And I would love to help you in the process and share more information about what you're looking for, and know more and get to know you more, so I can guide you any way I can in the right direction, so you can, and when you're ready to make a decision, you'll be a little more confident and comfortable to go over and make the right choices for you. What do you think, so we can meet, I would say, next week? So we can go over and learn a little more about you.
Okay. All right. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right. She's in her car. She's pulled over on the side of the road. She's doing a role play on Interstate 38 or whatever. Okay. So, all right. Good job. Good job. Good job. All right. Now remember, Evelyn, clear and evident value. Hey, you guys, you're closing on people for an appointment. There needs to be clear and evident value. I don't know if you remember this, Ben, when we were talking in Power Hour last Thursday on you have to have clear and evident value. So you said something. What was the value you gave me for the appointment?
I will get to know them, and it will make sense for you to know the process.
Know the process. Okay, there we go. Do they really care about getting to know Evelyn right now? Everybody do this. No, they don't care.
Okay.
Now you said that because it's just a nice thing to say, and that's cool. That's cool, Evelyn. That's nice. But remember who we're talking to. Analytics. Now, high S or high I, they're more feelsy, right? Well, that might make more sense, or that might feel nice for them. Okay, but what do they want? They want value, value, value. Now, look, everybody wants value, and I could have leaned into that for a high I or a high S. Hey, Evelyn, you know what? I know you're not going to move forward until you feel comfortable with the process, and obviously, you know that you feel like you have the right relationship on somebody who understands you and can kind of guide you through the process. Is that how you feel? And she goes, yes. Okay, great. Well, let's do that. Let's get to know each other a little bit more and take a look at what's going on with the market, so that you know that you can feel comfortable and confident with what's going on. Okay, break script. Let's go back to C's. I want you guys to hear the differences, right? Because sometimes you guys are saying stuff that makes sense for you, but it doesn't make sense for them. So, like, what's the value in it for them? What's in it for them? Some of you guys have heard that before, right? What's in it for them? What's in it for them? No, with them or something. What's in it for them? Yeah. Okay. What's in it for them? What's in it for me? Right. But what's in it for them? All right. What's in it for them as a high C? Well, you know what, Evelyn? Hey, look, I appreciate that. Obviously, you're not going to do anything until it makes sense. And why don't we do this? Let's take a look. I know that inside market information that I could share with you would give you the data that you need to know, you know what, hey, maybe you should wait, or maybe there's an opportunity right now to do something. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's all about timing and what the numbers are for you to know what the best possible outcome would be for you. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm okay. High C words. High C words. All right, who wants same role play, high C, open house? Say me in the chat box, or me in person. Was there those? Okay, who wants to do the role play? Looks like you're doing it again, Evelyn.
Okay, bring it
All
on.
right,
I need
let's.
reading.
So remember, we did this before. Is what value is for a buyer or a seller? I'm going to put it in the chat box here. Clarity, timing, inside market information. What's that? Close data, days on market, stuff that might not be so relatively available to them. How to win. Okay. What else did I have, Miriam? Clarity, timing, inside market information, how to win. And
Hey, Pauly, can you move that disc behavior thing up a little bit? Or the other way, I guess. You were naming the qualities. Which one was that?
yeah, right here.
There it is. There it is. Okay.
Yep.
But yeah, that cheat sheet.
Yep. So value. What's value I bring to that I assign to the appointment, so I can have them in alignment with being more comfortable, feeling better about it, thinking the process through on why it makes sense, clarity, timing, inside market information, how to win, and dagnabbit, I'm missing one. Certainty. That's another one. Certainty. That's the big one in the this journey of human existence is certainty. People want certainty, and the news sells uncertainty every day, all day. That's why people watch the news, is because they know that you guys hate being uncertain, and you watch to find out what's going on, and all they give you is uncertainty because you want certainty. Okay, certainty on direction, certainty on timing, certainty on. Oh, here's another one. How about this? Options. Certainty on options, certainty on how you can win when you didn't win, or just how to win in general. Certainty on the data, certainty on, okay, fill in the gap. Here we go. Let's do it again. Evelyn.
I can also play. This is
Who's that?
Anna.
Anna. Let's go.
Yes.
Oh, it is back for round 2 from last week. She's like, give me the open house. Let's go. Okay, we're at the end of the open house, Anna. Now look, see words, see mindset. I don't care what words you use. It doesn't matter. Just use some C words on me. Oh, Anna, listen, thanks for the open house, but I was just kind of looking around, and I'm not really to do anything for a couple more months at least.
Yeah, I understand. Couple of months sounds reasonable. It totally makes sense. What's like kind of can you just tell me what are you what would you be looking for maybe like in a couple of months? What makes you feel
That's it.
Okay, break script.
comfortable?
Break. Just assume, right? For the purpose of the role play, assume motivation, assume criteria, assume everything. You're just going in to close me because we already had a good conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's start again.
Yeah.
Anna, right? Anna. Okay.
Yeah.
Anna, look, thanks for the open house, but like honestly, we're not going to start seriously looking for another, 30 to 60 days.
Yeah, that okay, that makes sense. So what you okay if I follow up with you, probably send you an email in maybe 15 days just to see how things are going, and if there's any questions that you have, maybe some information that I can give you.
Right. That's
what
fine.
do you think?
Send me some information if you want.
Oh
are you okay, Anna? Are you all right?
I'll be fine by now.
Okay, so look, see words to get to the point where you're looking for the appointment, but you got to assign value to the appointment. Chat box has value, certainty, options, how to win, clarity.
So Pauly, listen, let's do this. I will send you, I have a market research on the area that you are looking at. I will sign you in for that. You will receive like every 7 days, between 7 and 10 days, how is the market behaving. That will give you some information. By the time when you are ready, you already know some numbers and some and you have some clarity of what you're looking for now. You're fired. I'm fired.
Okay, look. If somebody's going to do something with it, here's the red zone for me. 90 days. If you're going to do something within 90 days, I should probably try to meet you sooner than later. Okay, somebody's going to start, because here's the deal. If they're going to do something in 90 days, if the perfect home comes along in the next 90 days, in the next 30 to 60 days, Anna, would you consider making an offer on it if it was the perfect home?
Yes.
Yes, you would. Okay, great. So why don't we do this? Let's sit down and talk, because obviously you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense. Correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's sit down and have a conversation. I can share with you some off-market properties, stuff that you can't find online, and then you can take a look at the pros and cons as far as when you're going to get started. Because obviously timing is important to you. Having accurate information on what the best deal might look like, and timing is going to make sense, regardless. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well, then let's just sit down and have a conversation. I know you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense for you. We can talk Tuesday at 4, or does Wednesday at 6 work better for you? Break script.
Tuesday at 4.
Okay. High C words are analytical words. Provide value to an appointment regardless of personality style, because people, it has to feel right or make sense to them, and the value has to be specific and big and fat. Okay, specific, because I'm going to provide you some information. Okay, that's cool, but what does that information do for them? There's information everywhere. You can take a look at properties. They can look at properties without you.
Yeah.
I gotta close on the appointment. Okay, you want to do it again, or are we going somewhere else?
It's up to everyone.
Evelyn, you want to try one more time?
I'm down,
Sure.
Pauly.
Yes, I can try one more time too.
Okay,
But Gary can go for it. Okay.
Cool. I'm going to Evelyn, then I'm coming to you, Garrett. Look,
Cool.
Evelyn. Hey, thanks for the open house, but honestly, I'm still a couple months out from doing anything.
It's great to know. It's for what I understood that you want to make a move that makes sense to you, which I understand it is a great idea for you to be a little more informed, to kind of weigh the pros and cons of things before you move forward. And I think that is a fantastic way to get things going. And I can be more than happy to provide you with some information about the market, information about the area. So when you feel ready to move on, you already have the piece of the puzzle together, so you can be a little more comfortable and be able to move with confidence towards your dream goal of home ownership. I also can send you some properties that is not currently in the market, that it's exclusive to us, so you can have a feel of things on the area, so you can know exactly what you're looking for. What do you think that we haven't that I can send all this information to you?
Okay, there we go. Okay, one more thing though, Evelyn. Close. Don't always assume the appointment. Tuesday at 4, Wednesday at 6. Afternoons or evenings, weekdays or weekends. Evelyn, they need a little bit more hand holding to get them across the line. Okay. So what do you think about that? Well, call me in a week. Yeah, just send me an email. They're not going to go to the appointment. You got to take them there.
Okay.
100% of the time. Like, you got to take them there every single time. Assumptive close. That was a good job. Benjamin, I'm coming to you after Garrett. Garrett, look, honestly, man, I'm still a couple months out from starting to seriously look at home, so it's probably a little early for an appointment.
Hey, Pauly, I can appreciate that. Sounds like you're a few months out, which honestly is the perfect time now to really get crystal clear on what exactly you're looking for, see what exactly makes sense for you. So let's go ahead and get out in front of everything in your process. Let's take some time this week, in the next 48 hours ideal, to sit down. We'll go over the numbers. We'll go over what makes sense for your situation. That way, when you're ready to pull the trigger, you have an exact game plan and you've done your analysis. Would Tuesday at 4 or Wednesday at 6 work better for you?
Okay, not bad. I love the analytic words. I love the flow. Garrett, you got flow. Buddy. You got flow, right?
Cool, man.
I like that. Now, look. Value is still skinny, though. Value's got to be fat. Okay. The numbers. So when you're ready, is that sexy for me? Nah. I mean,
okay.
So how do I zhuzh up the value, right? How do I make it fat? The numbers, being ready, make it fatter right now. Do it.
Okay. Make it fatter, the numbers, and bringing value. I would say when we sit down, we're going to find out exactly what you're looking for and find out oh shoot. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. See? We got to be ready.
Okay. Make the value fat. Noted.
Make the value fat. And look, remember what I said value was. Options, certainty, inside market information, off market properties, how to win. Because a lot of times this is what you did, Garrett. You did what most people do. And this is what amateurs do when they don't know how to go to the next level, which is why they don't set as many appointments and they're not as intentional and don't create as duplicatable as a business. I want to create duplicatable business. No or yes?
Yes.
Okay, so then make that value fat and make it clear, because you said what it was, numbers, and be ready, but what does it do for them? Here we go. So make the numbers and give me some fat value on the end there.
Okay. When we sit down and we go over the numbers, we're going to see exactly what that looks like for you on how to win. It's going to provide multiple options on this home buying purchase, and you're going to come away with a clear plan on how you can execute your dream and vision.
That's it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Imagine and then even slowing that down and hammering that value. Hey, when you took a look at the numbers, you're going to really have clarity on timing, and then, what'll work for you. And bang, like fat value, Garrett, fat value, because if it's not clear and evident and smothered all over the place, dude, they just don't follow. It's already hard enough to get them to follow.
Right.
The value is not the information. The value is not the market. The value is not the properties. The value is, what does it do for them? That's what you got to get good at on the fly, is providing clear and evident fat value for that. Benjamin, you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Okay. I like
Let's
this
get
little
it.
hot seat we got going on here. This is a nice, is this working for you guys? You like this? All right, here we go. Benjamin, you're using high C words, high C mentality, of somebody who's analytic and very detailed oriented, and very numbers oriented, and very logic oriented. And you're going to use those words to close for an appointment to talk about how you might be able to help them. All right, you ready?
All right.
All right. So Benjamin,
Let's see how I
honestly,
do.
yeah. So Benjamin, honestly, I'm a couple months out still from actually starting to look. So it's a little early for me to set an appointment.
Oh, a couple months, you say. How many months would you say? Like 2, 3 months
Yeah,
tops?
yeah, like 2 months.
Okay, 2 months. Okay, so let me ask you this. If you were to, like you say that you're looking for a home within, 60 days, if you find the perfect home within 30 days, would it make sense for you to make an offer on that property?
I mean, if it was the right one, I mean, yeah. I mean, if it checked all the boxes.
So, when looking for the right home, what is it exactly that you're looking for? Like number of bedrooms,
Yeah,
bathrooms,
yeah. It's
and
A, B, C, D, F, all those things.
oh, okay. Are you looking to is this gonna be an investment property too, or is this gonna be a home that you're living in?
No, I'm gonna live there.
Okay, you're gonna live there.
Yep. Close
All
me.
right. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. I am available this Friday at 11 a.m. in the morning. Would that work for you as
Bring me
well?
value, baby. Bring me value.
Okay, so what I could do is um so with this appointment that we're gonna schedule, I'm gonna ask you all of the questions that I'm gonna ask you to determine what is the perfect home that you're looking for. We'll talk about the price range and the
What's in it for them,
characteristics
Ben?
of.
What's in it for them? Tell me what's in it for me. Tell me specifically what's in it for me. How does it benefit me for the appointment? What is the appointment? How does the appointment benefit me?
Okay, so how this appointment benefits you is well, go ahead and get this we'll go ahead and get the home search going as fast as possible, and you know
Okay,
I
there we
would
go. Let's all right.
okay.
Listen, here we go, Ben. That's good. Hey, dude, first try ever. So like, thank you for doing it in front of other people. It takes a lot of guts, right? So I
Yeah,
appreciate.
that
Look,
wasn't
man,
good.
this is where we try. This is where you mess up. So it's a-okay, buddy. All right. Good job for trying. All right, somebody pick it up. Say me.
Yo,
Okay, Javier. Look, I'm still a couple months out. All right. So look, remember, guys, high C words, analytics. I want big fat value all over the place on what it does for me. Certainty, clarity, inside market information, off market properties using C words. Javier, I'm a couple months out from doing anything. It's probably a little early to sit down and have an appointment.
I appreciate you telling me that you're a few months out. I understand you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense for you. Is that what you're thinking?
That is what I'm thinking.
Well, if I could show you why is it ideal to buy now versus waiting, could I share those details with you?
I mean, you have my emails on the sign in there. I mean, you can email me that information. That's okay.
Absolutely. I'll definitely email you that information. But let's do this. Let's sit down so that we can take a look at that information so that you can leverage it. Again, this will be a conversation so that you can analyze the pros and cons. You can have clarity on your options and you can make an informed decision. Make sense?
Bang. There it is. There it is. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were going to land the plane, Javier, but you brought it home. Okay. Now look, you're like Garrett, right? Good flow. And then you brought it back with, and now the value that I shared with you guys in the chat box, like you could use that with anybody, any personality style. The inside market information or the off market information, if you don't have access to that, I mean, you need to start thinking about how you can get access to that because it's pretty easy, actually. I'll come back to that in a second. Okay. But telling a buyer, hey, I have access to off market properties if you want to talk about that. Now, that's just a hook. Marketing does it all the time. You guys have bought thousands of dollars of products on hooks that got you to click here or purchase a product because there was a hook. The hook is just something that is that looks really good for them to be attracted to you. What's off-market properties? Well, do you look at expired withdrawals and for sale by owners? Do you go to team meetings where people talk about coming soon? Are you part of Facebook groups that have properties that are not listed? Look, these are easy ones, right? You don't have to prospect expired withdrawals, but you could certainly join Facebook groups in your community that talk about off-market properties, coming soon properties, wholesalers who are pushing deals off-market. No or yes? See, this is why I like in person. The mute thing, like it's like a wall. Okay. All right. So look, Javier, got to be fat and juicy, man, on that. And you brought it home real nice because it can be as simple as you guys just using those keywords that I gave you. And it sounds pretty good. Now, Javier, here's the trick: is that when you focus on those specific value options that I gave you, those value pieces I gave you, your brain's going to start cooking them up at another level, and it's going to come out even sabroso, right? Is that the right word?
Yeah. Pauly, what do you think I should have said differently on the closing?
I think the only thing you could have done a little bit differently is just embellish it a little bit more. Hey, you did it well. It was a little quick, and then you tied it up, but it sounded pretty good, right? Hey, look, Javier, let's sit down and take a look at your options because there's so many different ways that we might be able to produce a result that you might be looking for. I mean, there's 8 different ways that I look for off-market properties, and obviously this is about certainty because when a lot of people like yourself, you're trying to figure out like when's the right time to buy, like timing. Like, are you thinking about that? Yeah, so that's exactly what we'll do. Like, without figuring out, exactly what you're going to do. When this conversation absolutely will give you clarity. Bang, there it is, clarity around when the right timing for you, and then looking at the market. Okay, break script. All I did was use those keywords: certainty, clarity, timing, options, and I just embellished. Right? I just embellish them at a higher level. And so you guys take those words and you let your brain cook them, you'll come up with much higher level closes that feel good to them. that makes sense at a higher level. We're talking about high C's, right? That makes sense at a higher level. Now we go from this awkward conversation where it feels like I'm like the prospect feels like you're a salesperson and you still feel like you're trying to crack the nut on the prospect to get closer to them as a human being, not a salesperson. You with me? Okay, hold on here. I got to figure out. I can't do this like this on this little tiny. I'm looking off a little tablet here. I got to be in my station next time. Okay, high C's. We're using C words. I'm not going to post it up there. If it's in the play, it was on the playbook. I don't even remember what number it was. It was playbook page 106. We should do that. I should make that disclosure at the beginning of these. Bring your playbook, and I'm going to reference page numbers because it's a pain in the neck to share it, and then we roll. High C's. Who wants to role play a high C?
Pauly, I have a question.
Yes.
I have the book. I have the book. I might just go to 96.
What? You got the wrong book, Evelyn. You don't got the bonus Pauly C edition.
Oh, Evelyn, I have what you have, the PDF version.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
might have an old version. You got here by Corey too, right? Evelyn?
Yes.
That's the problem. Corey's handing out the wrong book. It's like 10 years old, that book. Not 10 years old, right? But like, so do this. Email me. I'm gonna put it in the chat box here. This is my this'll get right to me quick. Okay, email me there, and I'll send you the upgraded, updated, new and improved playbook. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, high C. Who's role playing? New. Who's role playing high C?
I'll go for it.
Okay, Harold. Seller or buyer?
Oh, are we doing the thing, the open house? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'll be the agent.
Okay, perfect. So, Harold, honestly, I'm a couple months out still from doing anything, so it's a little early for an appointment.
Oh yeah, definitely. I totally get that. It's a little too early if you're not ready yet. And if the right house did come along, the house of your dreams anytime soon, should I let you know about it, or do you just want me to get back to you in a couple months?
I mean, yeah, I'd be interested to see it.
Okay, well, I tell you what, I want to let you know that our company works a lot different than other companies. Number one, we have access to a pretty big database of off-market properties that haven't yet reached the market, and that could be a very big benefit to you when you do go searching, because there's a lot of competition right now. And what I'd like to do is, it's up to you. Maybe get together sometime next week. While I'm there, I'll show you all about that, and that we have access to this specialized filtered intelligence. What that does is it searches in real time a property that you could be looking for, and that could meet your exact needs. And so when we sit down, I'll just go over what your needs are and your wants. And then when you're ready to pull the trigger, we can take it from there. How's like next week sometime, like lunchtime?
Okay. I like it. You know what I liked about it? So for you, some of you guys who are newer to Power Hour, right? This is Power Hour, is repeat, approve, move. Is a lot of you guys are repeating and approving really, really well. And I love the trial close, Harold, that you did. Maybe it was Evelyn, or I don't know who it was. Somebody did trial close. It was Evelyn. Did you do a trial close? Where you're like, hey, if you found the perfect house, it was one of you guys. No, you didn't do that. Maybe it was Javier.
Mm-mm.
But the trial close.
I said if I could show you why is it ideal to buy now versus waiting,
Yeah.
could I share those details with you? I think
Yeah,
that's what you
because
mean,
if
right?
I'm not, exactly right. If I'm not quite sure, like their motivation level, and I ask a trial close, it's in the playbook, buyer and seller trial closes, right? That like tests the water on them. Exactly what Harold did. He's like, well, hey, if I found the perfect home, they checked all the boxes. I mean, would you say? What should I do with it, or should I send that to you?
I didn't know what I said. I just get into it.
Yeah. I think what should I do? I think was what you said, and it was like, well, yeah, sure, send it to me. Okay, now I have agreement that, like, wait a minute, the legitimacy of him doing something in the near future is right there in front of me. So now all I have to do is provide significant value. Why don't we do this? I mean, obviously you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense. Okay, I'm talking to a feelsy. Flip the coin. I'm talking to I'm talking to a thinksy, right? Think oriented. D's, C's.
Yeah.
If I'm talking to a high I or a high S, then I go, hey, I know you're not going to do anything until it feels right. Okay, I'm going high level on you guys now, right? Because you don't have to do all this stuff, but it freaking helps. When you identify you're talking to a high C, and I go, hey, look, I know you're not going to do anything unless it makes sense for you. And so I could, if we're sitting down talking about off-market deals and about an AI feature that I use to be able to provide more value to you, fill in the blank on value, right? And then I assumptively close, just like Harold did. Bang, here we go. Okay, all right. Listen, let me sum this up for you guys. Personality styles matter. Your ability to speak the language matters, because some of you guys don't know your personality style and you're missing opportunities left and right because you're being you, which is cool, but there's 75% of the other people out there that are not speaking your language. Okay, so you're hoping maybe that you get lucky. You don't even know this before this call, right? That you're trying to align with people, but you're too D, you're too I, you're too S, you're too C. Fill in the blank. Practice these conversations, especially if you look if you look at the disc quadrant and you go, oh man, those people, S's talking about high D's, or you're a high D, and you look at the I's and you're like, oh my God, you talk too much. Can't D all over them, man. Got to slow down and start appreciating and loving on them and acknowledging them and their feelings. So your high D's are like, oh, right? All right, this makes money. Are you practicing it? How much more do you need to practice it? When are you practicing it? To what level do you practice it? Look, we make money by what we say. This is important for you guys to be able to connect with more people. Now, look, and have better relationships, because at the end of the day, this is going to bring you closer to people, not to close. For you to be able to connect. I want to be a connector, because the closing is the natural conversation to a really good conversation. Okay, takeaways today. Harold, what's your takeaway?
Hey, just real quick for the takeaway. Many years ago, you always use that line. I want to send you over a packet of information. I loved it, but it was vague. So I've been using that this whole time. Like, I'll just make up what is that information, but mysterious. So my takeaway is no, I love that. I don't say pack of information. I'll show you my new strategy that's been helping, blah, blah, blah. But my whole point is you have to add value for people to want to meet you. And I like the thing I come up with the hook. The hook is that if something comes along, are you ready to go? Are you ready to pull the trigger? So I kind of throw that out there. So that's another thing. But the huge thing that I got out of this is we're dealing with that personality type. And so you want to, like going to a shoe store, you want to get the right fit. So using those buzzwords that you said is key to actually getting into them and getting the appointment.
I love that. It is having the right fit. Like when you go into a shoe store, dude, that was a great analogy. That was really good. That's the significance of it, right? Is that I have the right fit, and then I'm able to continue to proceed, right? Okay, Evelyn, big takeaway.
My big takeaway is to
not drive while I'm role playing.
Not only lean on my personality, but try to know all those personalities so I can be better connect with them. Because, and I was trying to do that, because I'm like you, I hate to like people be talking to me. I like just go straight to the point. Don't bother me with nonsense, and let's do the deal.
Yeah.
And gets me difficult when the client be like trying to drag about, like, don't you see it? It's like so easy, and they're still like dragging. And now I'm trying to be friendly with them, and I think I went too much of the opposite. Now I talk too much.
So swing it the other way too hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I try to kind of balance.
Yeah. Right. Now look, now that you have that awareness, now it's just a matter of you being able to be better versed on being more acknowledging it, and then being better at it. The fastest way that's going to happen is for you to role play it, and you guys should be looking for role play partners in this group too. This is a great place to get role play partners because it's freaking hard to find role play partners. So that'd be something good for me to mention too at the beginning of these, is to put your information in the chat box for role play partners, because it's hard to find good role play partners, or it's hard to keep role play partners. Lisa Williams Group, upstate New York. What's your big takeaway?
For me, it was a good reminder to even go into like what personality type they are. Because I kind of you do get in the habit of like asking the same questions, saying the same things. And this was kind of, I don't gravitate towards C's. So this was good. This was good for me to like really hone in on those.
Yeah.
On the buzzwords. That
the
really,
buzzwords.
you know.
Yep. I love it. Anybody else back there that we,
Yeah, for me it was like I think I feel I need to lower my energy so I can listen to the other person and sense the other person where they are at so I can match them.
Yeah. Sometimes we're so excited to help people, Anna, but in actuality, it's turning them off. Or like I'm being really intentional to try to connect, but I'm not speaking their language. I'm not on the same wavelength. Like I'm not acknowledging and aligning with their personality style, and it's preventing me from getting closer to them to discover if there's somebody who I can actually help out or not.
Yeah,
it's good. I love it. Thank you for jumping in again this week. And Javier, one good thing. What's your takeaway this week?
That there's so many ways that you can close for an appointment, just using different words depending on their style and personality.
Yeah.
So many variations in words that you can still get the result, and I love that. You know, it opens up the world for me in regards to how I can close, you know, different leads.
Yeah, great. You're a naturally good communicator, Javier. So imagine how much more impactful and powerful and efficient and effective you can be with some more role play. Like really, really. Garrett, same thing for you. Okay, what's your takeaway today?
Big takeaway for me, man, today was we got to make like what's in it for them for the appointment. So be clear and evident and provide fat value on what the appointment's for them.
Yeah, I love it. Good stuff. Hey, appreciate you guys. Thanks for showing up, and go have some great conversations and connect with people. Be authentic, be intentional. Go get some.